Okay, guys, we are live on YouTube now for your information.
Good evening.
Hello. Good evening.
Hello, hello, hello. And hello to Rob
Hello.
there on stream. Right. Okay, so I promised the developer of Stable Approach I'll do a test flight, and this is just it. I'm just going to do a circuit. I mean, we just want to see what happens at the landing. The symptoms, the problem was that Stable Approach, under certain circumstances, did not recognize the speed brake as being armed when we come into land with the Zibo Mod. Paul, I don't know if how you figured it out, but Paul told us, me and Uncle John, and then we tested it. Basically, what happens is there's a certain time that it does a systems check to see if the speed brake is armed. If you arm the speed brake before that time and it picks up it's armed, then there's no problem. But if you are doing an approach of some sorts, like high energy approach or whatever, and your speed brake is not in the arm position. And after it picked up its knot and it gave you the red warning, you then go and put it in the arm position. It does not rescan, it does not redetect it, and therefore gives you that false positive and tells you that you're unstable and so on. So spoke to the developer this morning. He tested it. He came back. He did an update. So let me show you that. I'm going to share my screen here for you guys on Discord so you don't have to get the delay. Let me quickly show you what I figured out. Stable approach settings. Right. So under the aircraft tab, there are certain profiles that run. So each aircraft has its own profile. So what Alex told me, he's got a different username on Discord, by the way. It doesn't matter now. So what he told me is he made a change to the Zibo profile, and the plugin should update automatically. I take it is because it's telling us it is. So it's up to date. Right, so we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. I'm purposefully going to wait a while before. Let me do it this way. I'm going to wait until we get the first red warning that there is a problem. And then thereafter, I will try and set it to see if it picks it up. Because we know it works when you set it early, but we want it to work whenever we set it. Okay, so that's going to be the test. All right, and as of yesterday, you guys might know or might not know, we're using Active Sky. And check this lovely surprise that we have at Porto. Look at that. We're going to fly in the rain, get a nice aircraft wash.
Free wash.
Yes, free for free. Right, I just want to try start my A cars quickly as well.
Six degrees of set at night.
6.
Thank you so much. 6 degrees of set on a VR approach. Thank you, boss.
Yeah. Something strange has now happened. Yeah. Hmm? Rob, apparently how it works is he does it via his content delivery network. So I also asked him, can I get it from you? How does it work? And he said, no. Hold on. Sorry about that. He said no, it updates automatically. So when you go into your Explain and the plugin runs, all right, it actually updates automatically. So there's nothing we should do. The question then was raised, by Uncle John, but I didn't see an update. What happened to the update? So I went looking. So you have to go to settings and aircraft and see that you're up to date, obviously there. And I mean, he published this lunchtime, my time, about 12, I think. I don't know. I can go back and actually look at the time. It's not important. It was early, so it's hours and hours ago, which means it should probably be in now. I mean, it says it's up to date, and if it works through that content delivery network, there's nothing we need to do. Yeah, but that version number, by the way, that's for the application. We are talking now just about the Zibo profile. So it's a different thing that updated. I also thought initially he's going to update the whole program, but it's not. It's just a little profile file that got updated. Right, let's get going. Yeah, the brain is an idiot, but anyway, we'll fix that. Put that in the wrong section.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Ground to cockpit. Plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you're ready.
Sasso,
Yes.
so you know the story about the electrical hydraulic switches. We switch it on so that the first officer can go do the walk around, or at least the pilot monitoring, or whatever you want to call him. All right, can do the walk around and check for any hydraulic leaks. Do you
Correct.
actually switch them off when you do the pushback and switch them on afterwards, or
Nope.
do you just leave them on?
No, we leave them on because the before starting any pushback, the ramp agent is going to insert the pin at the front of the nose wheel.
Yes.
So
yes.
at the end, you are not going to have any problem in the toe because there is this pin that will block
Yep.
any problem.
Inputs, yes.
That's
The reason I wanted you to answer that is I know this. That was the correct answer. I know it for a while now. But it's nice to have a real 737 pilot say the same thing. You know, it kind of validates what I'm trying to say. Somebody made a comment on one of my videos that I shouldn't do that. I should switch them off for the
No,
very
not
reason
needed.
that you could knock somebody. And my comment
Absolutely.
back to the person was, it's not my fault if the oak pulls the pin out. You know, then
Not needed. In fact, once you complete the pushback, the ramp agent is gonna tell you pushback is complete. Set the parking brake.
Mhm.
So you're gonna set the parking brake, and then at that point, once the ramp agent has the confirmation that the parking brake are set, only after that he's gonna lower the nose. So until that point, the nose wheel is not gonna touch the ground because it's gonna be lifted by the tag or the tow bar. It's a band if it's a tow bar or a pushback tag.
Sure.
And then you have the parking brake set, and then at that time, the nose wheel is gonna touch again the ground.
Yes. No, it's just I've come across the comment many times, and we've discussed it over many years during the development of the Zibo mod and so on. I just thought it would be nice if you answer it for a
Yeah.
change. Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Are you flight?
I'm just going to do a quick circuit. Hello, George, there on stream. Just a quick circuit at Porto, man.
Puerto Rico.
No.
Puerto Rico.
Porto in Portugal.
Porto in Portugal.
Yeah.
Why you gonna do circle?
Because I just want to test the stable approach like I promised the developer. That's all it is.
Okay. Are you? I am going.
Okay.
I am going to cinema.
Okay, well, don't fall asleep in the movie, eh?
That would be a nice song for the other people in the cinema.
Yeah. Hi. I'm just checking that active sky and explain is syncing up with the barrow, the old habit. But we, as usual, only going up to 11,000 feet, so it's a quick one.
Ground to cockpit. Stow is driving up.
Captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. We do ask that all passengers take your seat at this time and please fasten your seatbelt. Just as a reminder, we cannot leave the gate until all carrying items are
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
and all passengers are seated.
And the promise that if they still don't stop, we'll just open the door when we hit the ground next time and chuck them out.
Good evening from Vancouver, gentlemen.
Good evening
Hello.
from South Africa.
Hello.
Okay.
And how might
all
you
doors
be
and
this
hatches are
fine?
closed. Ready to connect.
You're all good, and you, sir?
Buonasera, signore Sasso.
Buonasera,
Come le va?
tutto bene.
Tutto bene.
Ciao bella.
Stow connected and bypass spinning circuit. Release parking brake. Starting pushback. You may start the engines.
Sasso,
Yeah.
stai volando da qualche parte carino?
I'm going to Forlì at the moment. It's my last assignment. It's gonna be fun, I think, because it's a small airport just after the mountain next to Bologna, and it's gonna be a VR at night time, offset by 6 degrees.
Oof.
So I think it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent, Rob. Yeah, thanks for checking. He was so nice. I've spoken to him before today, and believe it or not, when I got into Discord, somebody else was already talking about the very problem I wanted to report with the Zibo, and I found some other old, well-known names in there of people that I know, and it was just magic, and the next moment he comes back, he says, no, he's going to test it, and the magic happened. So I'm really, really, really happy.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Where are you heading at, Nico?
I'm just doing a circuit at Porto. I need to test stable approach. I promised the developer I'll test it with the Zibo. So I thought, we might as well put it on stream and let everybody see it. You know how it works.
Are you using the Active Sky XV or?
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I am.
Somewhat nicer, I guess.
I'm not so sure about the depiction yet. Okay. That is still touch and go in my books.
Tow is
Okay.
disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. And signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
What I do appreciate from Active Sky is the fact that we now have a trustworthy weather source. I have bit on my lips and tongue so many times in the last couple of months with the explained version of weather that I can only hope this is going to be better.
And the free update, nonetheless.
It made it so sweet, yes. I just put
Yes.
extra honey in the pot there, you know, so yeah.
That's what you should do if you're a serious developer that stands behind your product and your customers, not trying to weasel more money out of it.
Well, I tell you what, even if he charged, even if I charged $10, I wouldn't have mind, but not full price, and that's the big difference, you know. I mean, at the end of the day, they've also got to live and they've also got to eat, you know, to buy shoes for the kids and shit like that. So I don't mind a small token. That's good, but free, obviously, first price. But when these guys start charging full price again, oh no, but it's a new simulator. That's when my hair stand up right on my neck. Eh?
That's right. Perhaps I shouldn't talk that much, Nico, because I'm a bit jaded and bitter regarding developers and explain to level 12. So I'm just gonna shut up for now because it's a pretty sore point for me.
I know. Yeah, Steve, I mean, it happens, you know. Some of these things, if I look at the amount of work that Zibo had to do, now take into consideration, the Zibo mod was working in X-Plane months before X-Plane was released to the public. Months, okay? And I always said on Facebook and the forum and wherever else, wherever we spoke about it, could be Discord as well, it works on the condition that Laminar doesn't change something. And oh boy, did they change a lot of things. If I look at the amount of work that Zibo and Twixter had to put in to get us to where we are now, okay, and to think that is free. If I look at the amount of work I did, if I look at the amount of work that some of the other guys did, Paul, Mac, yeah, in the background, I mean, you're talking hundreds of man hours that went into getting this plane where it is tonight, you know, and it's still free, so I can relate to this thing of it being free. But if this was a payware product, I would have typically said, no man, 10 or 15, 20 bucks. And Tollus did that, and I was happy to pay it, and I think Flight Factor did the same. I don't mind paying the 20 bucks because the amount of work that goes into switching from one sim to another is insane. You know, there's a common misconception about among flight simmers that this is just X-Plane 11.60. It's not. It looks the same, but it's a totally different sim. Under the hood, this thing is a different ball game. You know, and the amount of work is insane. It reminds me of the old saying, it's free but not without cost. You know, that's it.
Like you said, Nico, I mean, a nominal fee would be understandable, but I think what a lot of people, a lot of users, it rubbed the wrong way that while they were developing X-Plane 12, there was this reassurance from Laminar that, oh, you know, all the planes are going to work just fine and don't worry about it and everything else and all that. So I think people were expecting, yeah, okay, I'll pay the nominal fee. But when you have developers charging a completely full-time fee for...
No, I know what you're
for the conversion, then that's when it gets south, I think.
I know.
I think you're
exactly
right.
What I said. Exactly what I said. Sorry for the cars and the roads and everything here. I've got autos running here, and this is unfortunately my penalty for running autos here. Sorry about that. I do have Krister's scenery. It's just not enabled. I must just re-enable it, and it fixes all that nonsense anyway. So next time. Right, so that is all done. Yeah, that looks good. Wait there. Down a bit. And we don't really need this one. Right. Yeah, I think we're ready to go.
A full night here. Bloody hell.
I'm watching your stream there on the other screen.
Oh man, it's gonna be fun.
How far are you to
Just-
landing?
It says here 31, but with a bit of shortcut, consider 20, 22, 25.
Okay.
Just have to double check the last meter because it's a VOR approach, so no, it says Cabo K, so we should be good.
Yep.
The thing is that I'm approaching from the mountain basically, so I had to stick in the navigation display. I built the MSA around this airport from the VOR, so I have this line at 25 nautical miles, so I know that on this side I have to level off at 80, and then as soon as I cross this line, I can descend to the platform altitude for the VOR, and in this way I'm gonna be separated from the terrain.
Okay, so what I'll do, if it doesn't interfere with my stream, I'll put you up on the screen when you get there. So just keep me in the loop when you're getting
now
close.
is the pressure going on. Okay.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Right, let's go. That looks a bit funny. It looks like we're flying to the moon, guys. Check there. Ooh, that looks terrible. I think Wi-Fi's got a bit of work to do there. Oh well, Dave, thank you. And you? For the guys wondering, I'm sorry, I should have mentioned it earlier. One of the things that the developer of Stable Approach said is that he's now changed that profile to distinguish between the speed brake being armed and deployed. Okay, so I think that was the big fix that he did, is to make sure that his application recognizes the difference between the two. So it's all good. Uncle John did test it earlier and he said his was working fine now, so I've got great hope. Ah, okay. Yeah, we can look at that. We can look at that for sure.
1,000 to go.
Okay. Dave, welcome on board. I see I've got Michael and Kies waiting for me, so I'm going to do theirs as well. But in another minute or two, all three of you can access it. Dave, yours is open. You can go for it. Right, okay. Everybody's been activated that was waiting. Dave, I've actually synchronized your hours. I synchronize everyone's hours. But how it works is it's basically a database inscription that happens right now. And what needs to happen then is you need to go and fly your first flight. The moment that you land, when you file your flight, actually, not when you land. After you've landed, you file your flight, the database calculations happen, and then it's brought into the calculation of the whole system, and then it will do your rank upgrade as such, and so on. But you can go check in your profile. I've already put your hours there. It's waiting for that transaction to happen to get counted. Yeah, we've spent a lot of time on this one, promise you. All right, let's get cracking. We're almost at top of descent. This is such a nice circuit. I just love doing it.
It's all bloody dark.
Very dark.
Yeah. What I will do, approaching from this direction, I'm gonna level off at 8.0 and reduce the speed, the up speed, and then I will recover the descent. It's the only way.
Dave, I'll tell you what I tell my daughter when we have discussions like that. And obviously it's an absolute lie, but it sounds good when we stand in a shop somewhere and she mentions, the cost of something. I, with absolute conviction, look at her and I say to her, my babe, just remember, my daughter, I am filthy stinking rich. Don't let cost be a problem. So I don't know who hears that conversation, but I mean, we can't stand there and say, we don't have money, or, maybe next month or something. So we play with a little bit. So fortunately, in the virtual world, I don't have to pretend. I don't have to lie. Okay. In the real world, I am filthy stinking rich. Don't let that bother you, my friend. If you break it, we pay, we fix it, you go fly again. We're not bothered. I've got so much money lying here. You just let me know. I'll send you one of my credit cards if you need one. It's unbelievable.
Nico, I'm starting the final approach.
Okay, I'm gonna pop you out on one of the screens here and see how I can fit you in, because obviously I can't.
No, but don't worry, man.
Yeah,
I
wait.
mean,
Yeah, it's a nice to have. So if we can make it work, we'll make it work. If it can't work, we'll just skip it. Discord video. So it's not coming up on screen. I don't know why. There. Got it. And this thing also moves all over the blinking place. Okay, so I'm gonna put Sasso over there. And then you can see Sasso do his magic. If it becomes a problem, because obviously this is for stable approach that we're doing this, right?
Yeah.
So I'll just disable it. But for now it looks good, Sasso, it's working.
okay.
Steve, to make 1 million in aviation, you start with 2 million. Absolutely. Yeah, we're not going to let it interfere with my stream, but I'm going to let it ride for a while. Let's see what we can do. So I've started my descent. Obviously I made a mistake there. Yeah, Dave, that was very important for me. You know, I've been part of many virtual airlines, and which was the one that fired me? I don't want to lie to you. I think it was Cargo Lux. They actually fired me. It's the one and only time in my whole life any job has ever fired me. Because they always had a problem, and you had to do this and you had to do that. The rules was just unobtainable. It was rubbish. And anyway, so they fired me, and you know, you kind of feel hell between the legs and not happy. And I was flying for other virtual airlines, and the one that I really liked, there were two that I really liked very much, was Southwest for the US and Ryanair virtual for European side. But that also limited me to where I could fly in the routes and things. And I tried twice before to set up a virtual airline, but it was more local, South Africa only and all. And then eventually Zibo happened, and I got busy there and so on. And you know, I always had the dream, but I never had the people that could support me, that could make it happen with me. And thank God I met the guys here, all the guys involved here. It's amazing to have this Skymatix family. It's like a dream come true. It's something I always wanted my whole life, and it just worked. You know, after trying so many times and failing, I'm really glad it worked now. And but you guys are happy. That's a big thing. Coming back to the core of the discussion, is one of the things I've always said from the beginning is I don't want people to have a second job. There must not be pressure. This nonsense that you have to fly a flight every 30 days, or you have to fly a certain distance, or you have to fly a certain plane, or that's just nonsense, man. We've got a 90-day live period, and after 90 days, if you don't fly, you go into a vacation holiday mode, whatever you call it, and then you come back, you do a flight, and you reactivate yourself by doing the flight. You know, it's as easy as that. But we want a place that we can come to where we can be free, enjoy ourselves, and share a common passion. And that's what we do. You know, so I'm just glad it works. Same, Dave. Sorry to hear that, man. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, there are a couple of VAs where you need to ask for leave, you know, and I also only gave you like 90 days a year. You don't get more than that, you know, and if you don't make it, you know, they kick you off. Easy as that. So I'm kind of against things like that. I want a nice place, functional place where we can be happy. The problem is, I hear you, but the problem, Steve, is I too also don't have time every day to go do a measured flight. When I do testing and stuff, I don't necessarily land. I might take off to get in the air nowadays because the safe flight situation doesn't work, but I don't necessarily land, you know, and it doesn't look that great on your resume when you look at your PyReps and stuff in a VA. So, you know, you skip it, which means that the time that you were supposed to now fly in little brackets to appease a unknown god somewhere, you know, I couldn't be bothered. Don't want to do that, thank you. Oh, thanks, Mark.
Almost on final, Nico.
Okay. I'm also on final. So now we're in a race.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we're in a race.
But I have to get established on the VOR.
Okay. I think I'm going to be on the ground before you, I hope. Okay, let me not do that. Let's just... No, too late now. Get it. Let's just leave it like that. Okay. Don't trust any pilot with more takeoffs than landings. Ah. I wonder if this other facility is still working. Forgive me, I want to try something. I'm not sure if this will still work. Let's see if the bot actually answers us now. I've got a couple of nice quotes that I've put in there, like 10 of them. But I haven't seen the bot once this evening. It's crazy. David, specific to the Zibo mod, the complaints about the speed brake is specific to the Zibo mod.
1,000 to go.
Flavia, look at the runway offset. Come on. Thank you for the assignment.
Yeah, you're welcome. So?
Yeah.
Did you ever fly with FS passengers in any one of your sims, or did you never have FS passengers?
No. I used to have it in the first 2004 probably. Then I have enough of the passenger and the real one. So
Yeah, I understand. The reason I'm asking is they always had this saying, you know, when something bad happened, they said, but fortunately there was an exceptional pilot on board.
Yeah.
So when you did,
yes.
Yeah, when you did that turn just now, I can also just say, fortunately, there was an exceptional pilot on board.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
okay.
that's the procedure, huh? It's the procedure. It's offset, so I'm following the procedure.
Sure, but it is a joke too. Okay, so
no.
I don't have my speed brake armed. Okay, I want to see when stable approach gives us the red warning, if it gives us the red warning. And then I want to set it. There you go. You see speed brake not armed. So now I go and I set my speed brake. Landing gear down. Flaps 15. So there it picks up on the gear. The speed brake is not armed yet. And it's very definitely armed. See there. Even if I do it
Go
with
around.
the keys.
Go around, Nico.
No.
You need to do that.
I'm
Alright.
gonna land on this one, huh?
There's
Just
the
in
speed
case.
brake thing, and you can see it's definitely armed. It's like it doesn't do the check. You see all the others, it comes up red, and as it sets, it takes the error away. And this one does not.
Bloody wind, come on.
Dave, I like that saying of yours, the speed at which you reach the ground.
400.
So, gents, the workaround, okay, for stable approach to work is you need to have your speed brake armed well in advance. If you do that, you'll be okay. Just don't forget to arm it early. It's when it has to detect the arm after the detection happened. It doesn't do that. It doesn't cycle it again.
30. 20. 10.
Very good. Very good. But
You-
G is a little bit higher.
Man. Listen, somebody's got to feed the chiropractors, so don't you worry
Yeah.
about it.
G is too much G. You put
And there's
too much
Sasa.
G
We
to
landed
put-
almost the same time, huh?
Really?
Yeah.
That's good, boss.
Hello, Alex. Alright, well, at least we have a video to show the boss. I'll pop the video over in his Discord. Let him have a look.
There's Uncle John.
He's probably at home.
I see. I am in the jungle. Oh, checklist. Hello.
Really?
Really?
You see, it does a check. It says the speed brake must be armed when reaching the check height. So it's like it only runs that little script once. And it doesn't go back to check because now, obviously, if you miss that specific point, it's going to say to you, it's wrong. Now, there's two answers here. The first answer is the plugin is correct and the pilot is wrong. He should have the speed brake armed by the check height. Okay, that's
Correct.
the first answer. Second answer is if you do a high energy approach and you have to pull that speed brake maybe 5 seconds too much, it should come back and say to you, listen, it was not armed at the check height, but we did detect it was set correct, 5 seconds later, 2 seconds later, whatever. So I think my operation, me personally, if I can remember to do that, what I will do is I'll just make sure that it is set at the check height. That's
What
all.
is the check height, though? That's the
Well,
question.
That is the question. So is there an actual inscription in the FCOM anyway about the check height?
I don't know if it's in the FCOM, but it's the procedure. So the company, I guess every company, determine check height, which could be before the minima, after the minima. It depends on the situation. Usually, it's before the minima, where it's an extra layer of safety. So if by the check height, for some reason, something is not correct, then the pilot monitoring will call go around. Now, for us, that gate, we call it the gate, is 500 feet above the ground in VMC condition or 1,000 feet above the ground in IMC condition. So that's our landing gate. We call it landing gate. By the same thing of the check height. And in fact, is in stable approach is 1,000 in IMC and 500 in VMC.
Yeah, I think we can set that. So we'll know by looking at it. Now that you mention it, I saw something like that.
Yes, is in the rule, I think, the first page somewhere.
I know I saw it somewhere. I'll find it. I'll find it. There we go. IMC 1000. It's under your aircraft. It's built into your aircraft. Okay. So what we can do is we can change the check height. That's your check height. It says it to you. So so this is not a program fault. I need to be honest. This is not a program fault. This is an operator fault, a pilot fault. We don't necessarily set our speed brake by the check height. You understand? And if it is set by the check height, you won't have the unstable warning. It won't happen. So here's my tip. And I mean, we all know the difference between IMC or instrument meteorological and visual meteorological conditions, right? Or visual. If you use your speed brake too much, rather set it down to 500, okay? Because that will be your new check height. That just gives you a little bit more leeway to prevent you from tripping the program. Because this program is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Now that we've looked at all the information and everything, mine is set at 1,000. Yes, it is. It is. My check is 1,000. So you're right, Mark. This is absolutely not a stable approach problem now that I have all the information available to me. This thing works. So, if you guys will give me 5 minutes, I'm going to go make me some coffee and stuff. Then I think we're going to come back and we're going to redo the circuit. I mean, I've got the time. You guys don't have to sit around here. But I think just for my own sake, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to quickly pause the simulator. I'm literally just going to taxi back and refly this thing. In actual fact, I might even just do it by hand. We don't even have to fly the full circuit. But I need a quick break, guys. So, yeah, Steve, I'm going to give it another try. So I'm going to go grab coffee, etc. And I'll be back in about 5-6 minutes. And then we'll quickly try it. But this is interesting. I think we've got an answer. Check you guys just now.
Okay.
Right, gents, I'm back. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Hello.
Yeah, I was busy making coffee and Renee arrived and she said she'll take over, so she'll bring me my coffee. How's that for a good wife, huh?
You lucky.
Yes. So, okay. Just to recap, we now know that if we are not stable by 1,000, and that means the speed brake needs to be armed as well, we're going to get a negative report. So what we want to do is we want to have the speed brake armed before 1,000. Right. Oh, I'm so confused. To get back into the game now. As long as you're happy, you're okay. We'll set the RTO later.
Good evening, chaps.
Hello, good evening.
Evening.
How is everybody doing this fine Friday?
Yeah, all good in you.
Not too bad, thank you.
I'm doing fantastic. I've just got my provisional driving license.
Good. Good.
Is that a congratulations that's in order?
No, not yet. This is pre-test. But I do feel like I kind of exist now, and I can actually ID myself if I'm checked.
Makes a difference, yes. Steve, absolutely.
Nico, that is fantastic PBR there.
Yeah,
unbelievable. Nice. That is looking incredible.
Oh, it's very nice. Very lucky.
Where are you? Where are you, by the way?
Porto, LPPR.
Wow, that is looking good.
Yeah, and I'm live on YouTube, just FYI. We're just not sitting in the live room.
No problem.
Okay, Dave, let me show you quickly before I forget. Okay, so you need to go to Stable Approach. Settings. Under General, you've got the Virtual Airline section. You've got a personal ID, that one. So you click on that little button over there, it copies it into memory. You need to go to the VA, into your profile, and you'll see there's a field there that you have to paste this number into, that mega ID. And then you need to tell the actual app here to go to Skymatix VA /stable approach. And then you need to apply and save. So that's the way you marry the two up. So for the VA website, you use the ID, and for this one, you actually use the URL thingy there. Okay, so once those things are in place, you're okay. It will work. You'll see you saw there was a little okay in green. Then you know it's okay. Then when you go to your profile, you'll see there is a report button for it. I can't remember what they call it. We can look at it now. And then obviously if you go to your PyReps, you'll see the stable approach. Everything is there given to you, so it marries everything up very nicely. I'm going like a Formula One car here. I do apologize, but we want to get in the air. Yes, Paul.
I was going to say a little bit quicker. You could take off on the taxiway. Go on.
Oh, yeah.
Have at it.
You're such a bad influence, you know that.
80 knots.
We're gonna run out of taxiway now. Whoa! Stop. We're almost there.
V1.
There we go.
I'll replant the trees in the morning, don't worry. JMPD. Yeah. Yeah, right.
I think that's the first time I've seen you be so naughty.
Yeah, I don't usually do things like that.
The cowboy influence.
Yeah.
Yes, it's all your fault, Sasso. Yes,
I
that's
know.
right. Yeah.
Thousand to go.
There you go. Oh yeah, no, we'll make a plan there.
So do I have to do something in stable approach? No. It's already updated.
Yes, it's already updated. You must just check the
Okay.
settings. If you've got the right settings, then that's all. You need to put the
Right.
VA website in there, and you need to copy the.
Oh yeah, I did that. I did that
okay.
already. Yeah, I'm already synchronized.
It's good to see somebody using the word nout in chat. I like that.
How about, Nico, if I do touch and go with the hackers? You know what happened? Oh, sorry, if I do a stop and go, actually.
Yeah, I just closed my iCards because I don't know what would happen, and I just thought, I've messed it up now. I literally just closed it because that same thought went through my mind. What's gonna happen now?
Well, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna do a takeoff runway 28, and then landing on runway 28, stop at the end of the runway, turn around, take off again, then land.
Right, I'm going to change my video capture mode so you guys can see the full screen again. And go. Oh, lightning! Wow. Right, so we are now 1,900 and 9 there. So that's our intercept altitude anyway. And then what will happen is, before we reach 1,000 foot AGL or whatever, I think that should be, that's 1,000 foot AGL, that check height, is it not? Say so?
It depends on the situation. If you are in BMC, it's
Mm.
500 AGL.
Yeah, no, I understand, but the measurement is made AGL. That's what I'm asking. It's not above sea level. It's AGL.
Hello all.
Hello. All right. So yeah, before 1,000, we need to have our speed brake armed, and then we shouldn't have a problem. Excellent, Dave.
I fixed my better pushback just now.
Right.
You know what? You know when I said which version and if it in the new beta actually worked still for you, the better pushback. It was me having my X-plane on my secondary monitor instead of my primary monitor. That messed up the better pushback. I wouldn't get any buttons on the right side, and I couldn't turn the plane where I wanted it to go. So if you have your flight sim on your secondary screen, it will not work.
Damn it. Okay. That's interesting. Right, the approach is armed. We are probably just in the clouds. There is a bit of lights coming through, so we're definitely in the clouds. Man, I miss the reflection on the clouds from the landing lights.
I'll try to do a bit of cowboy style with the ACAS on. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so I've armed my speed brake. We are about to dip the nose. Gear is down. We've got our flaps at 30. We're ready to land, man. You're welcome, Dave, and enjoy. Glad you figured a couple of things out and got other things going, and also enjoy, man. Check. It still says speed brake not armed. It's definitely armed. So this is a problem. I mean, we
I don't
are.
understand what happened, Nico, because I never got this problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't understand. Don't
I'm
understand.
going in the air now, so we'll check in a second. I'm just gonna do a 180 and come back for the ILS, and then we do the go around on minima.
Sure.
Could it be something to do with the switch you've assigned to it, or some crazy stuff like that?
Look, there's the keyboard. I'm using the keyboard to set it and unset it. Okay. There's the honeycomb yoke. Honeycomb Bravo. You know, setting it. So seems to be tripping that specific data ref. So I don't know. Now, when we tested it yesterday, it was definitely, if you set it early enough, it worked. Okay.
True. Yeah.
I don't know what this is about. I don't know.
So let's try. I'm gonna plan for an ILS.
500. Approaching minimums. Minimums. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Bit frustrating.
Show us a wing view, please, Nico.
80 knots.
You got your speed brakes up?
No, it didn't trigger. I don't see them.
What's the issue, basically? When you arm the speed brake, what happened?
Well, the speed brake in the Zibo never deployed. It was armed, but it never deployed. That's the one thing. And then the other thing is, it's very strange. And then the other thing is, the stable approach didn't detect that I had it on arm. You know, so I don't know. This is just weird. And the funny thing is, it's just not there. Now it's there because I'm pulling it, you see.
So the speed brake didn't deploy on the ground?
Exactly, when we landed.
On landing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's...
I've seen it happen once or
there.
twice in the Zibo, okay, where it didn't deploy, but I've never seen it like this. Okay, I want to do one other test.
I'm gonna turn into final.
See, now it thinks that the speed brake is deployed and it's not. Yeah. I don't know, maybe Zibo needs to look at this now as well. And I'm obviously at flaps 30 for a takeoff, which is stupid, but...
Did you have rejected takeoff checked?
I didn't even set it now.
No, I wonder if that's why you got the warning.
400. 1,000.
I mean, use the halogen if the LED is too much for you, man.
So now I'm on approach, Nico. And should I arm now, or do you want me to wait to arm the speed brake?
No, arm it early. Let's see if it works for you, because I want to also again arm it early. But
So
this
they are
time,
armed now.
okay,
I'm armed.
This time I'm
Well,
going to press the keyboard number 4 on the keyboard instead of using the honeycomb Bravo. I'm just trying the keyboard now.
I'm always using the keyboard.
Okay.
Just for information, I'm always using the keyboard.
Okay.
So now I'm on final with the speed brake already armed at 1,800 above the ground. Drop the gear. I don't know if I'm streaming, I have no clue.
Yes, you are.
Okay. So the switch is continuous.
I
Speed brake arm green lights, any gear down to green, auto brake.
I unfortunately cannot stream you this time because my hands are full. I'm hand flying.
There we go. Still says speed brake not armed, also in mine. But he using, I did a couple of approaches, and he using to say that this is something new. What the hell? Speed brake not armed. Speed brake not armed. Oh, try the landing.
And there goes our lights again.
My speed brake got up.
When you landed, you got the speed brake deployed.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, what I want to do, I want to do another takeoff.
Okay, so I'm armed, but I used what's his name?
The keyboard.
Keyboard and not the Bravo.
Speed brake must be armed. Oh, there is something wrong with stable approach.
1,000.
Below 1,000 feet AGL, he does the check, and he will say to use speed brake not armed.
Yeah, look, mine also again says speed brake is not armed. So.
Yes, because he does a check at 1,000 feet above the ground. That's a problem in the data ref between stable approach and
Yeah,
Zibo.
I think it's reading the wrong data ref.
Yes.
The runway.
2,000 feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Oops, somebody's angry.
500. 300.
Slow. Flight slow. Flight slow. Flight slow.
200.
Well, I tell you what, we've got a nice video to show, Alex. So you can come back and say not this, that, and the other, and oops, okay, whatever.
We can check something else, Nico. I'm doing now a takeoff with the same hackers.
Okay.
I did the first landing, and now I'm doing basically a second takeoff, and I will do another landing. So let's see what happens.
I've got my flaps. You see, I was so preoccupied. I was landing flaps 15. I felt there at the end. Oops, I didn't have enough lift to pull the nose back. Oh, okay. Well, that's got nothing to do with the test. Okay. Yeah.
Did the doodahs do?
Did the doodahs do? Yes, this time the doodahs did. There you go. They are up. So why it would sometimes deploy and sometimes not? That's another question for Zibo, because now it makes me doubt that the increments, the indents in what we see from, look there, it physically triggers it, you know, when I use the Bravo. So, but it makes me doubt whether the Bravo is now actually setting it. You know what I'm saying? It's all very well, we've got the light, but did the Bravo set it? So what I'll have to do is I'll run the data ref editor when I play with this, né? Then we can have a look see, because it might be that the Bravo needs to be there. You see, it's like slight indent further before it triggers, but when you press the number 4, it only goes to the first indent. So it's confusing, but interesting enough. So, and now look, there we go. Now it's settled. Now it's gone back down. Okay. Well, that was the test. Don't know what it means to us yet. It just means stable approach does not work for us yet. But what it means, if it's now a Zibo issue maybe, or just a stable approach issue, I'll have to speak to Alex and get back to you guys. I don't know. Thank you everybody for watching. I see we've got 11 people on YouTube left. Thank you for sticking around, guys. Yeah, you guys have a nice evening too, and we'll talk again some other time. Bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow morning, 800 Zulu, eh? Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Bye.